Welcome to Burning Bright, a weekly podcast presenting poetry and prose from Passager. It's Thanksgiving time, and Thanksgiving is about pilgrims and families and overeating and football and lots more. But at its core, it's about giving thanks, about gratitude. So some pieces not about the holiday, but about the sentiment behind it. And coincidentally, all 5 pieces on this episode are from books and not journal issues that Passager's published. Wilderness Sarchild published this first poem in her book, Old Women Talking. Ordinary Moments. Again the hummingbird buzzes over the sugar water. Again the coyote crosses the road. Again the deer feeds in my yard. Again the bullfrog sits on a lily pad in the pond. One breath, then another. Ordinary Moments, Wilderness Sarchild. Next, from Sandy Longley's book Mother Nest, On Our Knees. Today I read of a poet who simmers oatmeal in apple cider for the birds each morning. While it cools, he walks his dog. And I was reminded of farmers who rotate their cows in their stalls to prevent them from freezing in winter. I once watched my young daughter stand perfectly still on one leg, watching a little green heron at pond's edge waiting to spear a fish. My neighbor, an oncology nurse, checks under her hood each morning to make sure a feral cat isn't curled around a once-warm engine. Just the other night a meteorite slammed into the blood wolf moon. It slammed into the moon. On Our Knees, Sandy Longley. Here's James K. Zimmerman's poem, Gratitude Journal, early December. I am grateful for the sycamore outside my window that has lost every leathery leaf but one. I am grateful for freezing rain that has not yet chosen to become blinding snow, for the dark, loamy smell of your skin, your hair with its touch of frangipani and sweet Hawaiian ginger. I am grateful for the easy sound of zippers undoing, the sleek rustle of falling silk, for the memory of sun as it flows in golden waves over the waiting windowsill, and for the taste of each breath, the ebb and flow, the space where the world ends before it is born again. From his book Little Miracles, Gratitude Journal, early December, James K. Zimmerman. Wilderness and Sandy and Jim used a lot of nature imagery to express their gratitude. But it doesn't have to just be natural beauty that we're grateful for. Here's Sandy Longley again, Joys of Our Desiring. Such a brutal, beautiful place is this world. Your heart feels like wet pulp one minute, a battering ram the next. A blister the size of a pearl onion forms on your left heel, all that walking on concrete in suede boots. A man crouches over a heat vent on the corner of 56th and Broadway. A dog leans on his back. You want to buy him a pair of blue cashmere socks, the dog too. He would then rise and turn into the prince he once hoped to become. And then you see a red neon sign on a pop-up that shouts, Bach! A fugue wafts out onto the sidewalk. Pedestrians crowd the doorway. Listen. A wizard conjures piano magic on a Yamaha Grand. Cascades of notes, jazzy chords, crazy counterpoint, a musical chase from line to astonishing line. Buoyancy lifts us into late afternoon light. A woman wearing earmuffs merges into traffic on her city bike. A pigeon heaves into flight, gripping a bagel in its mouth. Sandy Longley's Joys of Our Desiring. In his poem Morning Song, Michael Miller expresses gratitude for a long relationship. Leaving the darkness, I wake from undisturbed sleep to light streaming through the opening in the curtain, and the shrill call of the jay. Nothing melodious except the flow of my lasting love, carrying me from that unforgotten bed where we joined decades ago without a dream of the future. Shall I wake you? Touch your arm folded beneath your head, your long hair the color of silver? I let you sleep. I enter the day, lifting my gratitude into a song. Morning Song, Michael Miller, from his book, The Solitude of Memory. I'm sorry, I thought I could get through this podcast without a turkey poem, but I was wrong. We'll end with yet another Sandy Longley poem, Metamorphosis, also from her book, Mother Nest. Act 1. From a distance they looked like two glad trash bags billowing in the April dusk, a plastic adagio. But when I walked closer I could see, Act 2, those small turkey heads, long fan-shaped tails, glossy bronze wings dragging dark, rufous, feathery tips, a prince-like display. The male strutting his comic brio, wattles ablaze like pieces of the heart, an offering. And the hen dreaming of poults, yelping in response to the call of her polygamous lover, a sudden balloon skyward on her scrawny legs before the destined coupling. Act 3. No evil sorcerer, no promise of fidelity, no lake of tears. Instead, a gray-black disappearing act into the open fields. All eyes on the roost. Stage left. Metamorphosis, Sandy Longley. To buy Sandy's book Mother Nest, Michael Miller's book The Solitude of Memory, Jim Zimmerman's book Little Miracles, or Wilderness Sarchild's book Old Women Talking, or to subscribe to or learn more about Passenger and its commitment to writers over 50, go to PassegerBooks.com. You can download Burning Bright from Spotify, Apple and Google Podcasts, and various other podcast apps. Passenger offers a 25% discount on the books and journal issues featured here on Burning Bright. Visit our website to see what's on sale this week. For Kendra Mary, Christine Roseanne, and the rest of the Passenger staff, I'm John Shore.